Good evening and welcome, Quincy Access sports fans, to our presentation of high school basketball. I'm Jim Timmons. I'm here with Paul Brigoli at Quincy High School Gymnasium for tonight's game between the Red Raiders of North Quincy and the Presidents of Quincy High School. We're delighted to be here tonight to bring you this crosstown rivalry. As we cue in here, we're beginning with some introductory statements by Quincy High School Principal Robert Kuther. Paul, I'm sure you'll agree with me, the gymnasium is absolutely jammed and somewhat in a frenzy. We had a great girls game, won by the North girls, a tight finish, and the electricity is still in the gym as we get ready for pre-game introductions.
If the electricity wasn't in the gym, we wouldn't be able to broadcast, Jim.
Oh, there you go, Paul. Thanks for that contribution. I'm going to take a brief moment for our national anthem.
High School this spring as a member of the Massachusetts Wayne's String Ensemble playing at Carnegie Hall in New York City.
Rendition of the national anthem by one of our students here. I didn't catch his name, but he did a marvelous job. As we come into tonight's game, North's coming off its first win against Plymouth South on Friday night. Both teams won victory, both game against Plymouth South, at least in the old Colony League. They're all fired up tonight, Paul, for this match against each other.
Just doing some pre-game introductions. They should introduce the North Quincy varsity. North Quincy is going to be starting Adam Wu and Phil McGillicuddy at the guards. Justin Dreiser will jump center, and Matt McKeon and Frank McNamara will be the forwards. Now they're about to introduce the Quincy High School presidents. Lower the music a little bit so you can hear the intros. This is Sean Fitzpatrick.
Here's a 6-foot junior forward. And always fired up Dan Kelly, 6-foot junior guard. Dan's the heart and soul of this club. He's all fire. I'll tell you, I recall last year the game at North Quincy High that we covered. The Quincy High defense was absolutely phenomenal in their intensity the whole game. North had the tournament team led by Brian Ross, senior John Sullivan, a host of other good players, and the Quincy team was tough and aggressive from start to finish. We'll look for that type of performance tonight. Should be a good battle, Paul.
Well, they're struggling in the league. They're both 1-6 in the Old Colony League. This marks the end of the first round. So they're both looking to stay out of the OCL cellar. And they're about to jump. Stevie Yoon is going to throw the ball up. Peter Hansen's the other official. And North Quincy wins a tap. Adam Wu controls.
Quincy's starting out with a man-to-man here, Paul.
McNamara, top of the circle, over to Drysdale outside. Running a little shuffle cut from McCann in the corners. Good shooter. Wu up top, about 12 seconds on the shot clock. And we have a foul.
Actually, they called a charge on Adam Wu.
A player control foul and a push-off. Fitzpatrick over to Kelly in the corner. Kelly blocked by Drysdale.
Yeah, Norse come out in a man-to-man as well. Adam Wu, one of the toughest defensive players in the OCL. He's only a sophomore. He and Kelly, that's going to be quite a matchup. Kelly just a junior. Going to be banging away for 2 more years on each other.
We don't have the correct roster for number 31 for Quincy High School. We apologize, but we don't have his name.
Yeah, we'll have to assume he's an underclassman or JV up for the game. We'll find out at halftime.
Dennis Pilati starting at a forward. Gets the inbounds pass, puts it up and in. The breakdown there, no one had him.
Yeah, and Quincy capitalized. Nice inbounds pass, very alert. Quincy coming out with some full court pressure here. And they create a turnover on the inbound to Wu.
That's been a problem North Quincy's had all year, Jim.
Yeah, Phil McGillicuddy's got to remember he can run the baseline on the inbound. He kind of locked in there and didn't give himself an angle on the inbound pass. Quincy's running a double stack offense. Nice rebound by Drysdale.
McGillicuddy's going to bring the ball up. Against number 44, Jimmy Munchback. Munchback's one of the Quincy captains.
Yeah, McGillicuddy's been a great surprise for Ted Stevenson. Another turnover here by North Quincy early on.
McCann tried to force it in. Kelly made a nice defensive play.
North staying in its man-to-man, Quincy in his double stack.
There's a 3. Off the iron. McGillicuddy collects. McGillicuddy's a good-looking freshman.
Oh, yeah, he's been a nice surprise for Teddy Stevenson. Real poised. And as you said, we're coming into the second time around for the season. Let's hope they will jumper by.
McCann with the offensive rebound. Quincy comes away with it. Went down. Drysdale with another rebound. It's his 3rd rebound already, Jim. Quincy with an early 2-0 lead. Wu kicks it out to McCann. McCann for a pull-up jumper, misses. Pilati loses it out of bounds. He wasn't making eye contact, Jim.
Yeah, he let the ball go, and we heard a little yell after he had made the pass, but this isn't football. Can't get away with those.
Kelly and McNamara matched up. Pair of 33s hooked up on the football field on Thanksgiving Day, hooked up here on the basketball floor.
Yeah, that'll be quite a battle. We'll watch that one. Drysdale with a little pick down low for McNamara.
McGillicuddy with that pattern inside out and gets fouled in the up.
Now, one thing McGillicuddy's done nicely this year, particularly for a freshman, he's been able to create his own shot. That's what he did there off the flow. McNamara and Drysdale try to work a little in and out there. There was nothing there, and McGillicuddy created his own shot. He's going to go to the line.
For 2. Fouls on Munchback. It's his first. Team's first. And McGillicuddy makes the first. Quincy with an early 2-1 lead. 13:21 left in the first half. There's a shot of Phil. And he makes the second. It's all tied up. Kelly to inbounds. Fitzpatrick and Drysdale matched up. Drysdale leads Fitzpatrick at the top of the circle. Over to Kelly. Kelly with a jumper. In and out. Drysdale repeats of that one. Another putback. There's 3 opportunities to get one.
Yeah, Sean Fitzpatrick had the inside position there on Drysdale, and he actually created that scoring opportunity.
Here's Wu.
Quincy.
And he kicks the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, Adam looking to press there. He had no one to kick the ball off to. Kept pressuring, but he got a quick double team and lost control. Nice pressure by Quincy early on here.
Point guard has to be in control, Jim. Running the offense out there is like the quarterback in football. Kelly with a long 3. And it's good.
Nice stick by Kelly.
And North Quincy calls a timeout. Coach Stevenson.
Yeah, he's not happy with what he's seeing out there. And again, this is what happened. We covered the Bridgewater Raynham game at North a week ago. And Ted Stevenson's complaint was that his offense was creating problems for his defense. And that's what's happened here again, at least early on tonight. There's been no offensive flow, nothing developing in the north end. And that's creating a problem for North that Ted's addressing now, I'm sure, in the huddle.
They also don't have much intensity on the defensive end either.
And conversely, Quincy's come out all fired up. They've done a nice job. Nice job on the defensive end with some pressure. They've created forced 3 North turnovers. And on the offensive end, they've really worked the boards. They got a nice opportunity in their second hoop there off the offensive glass. And then complemented nicely by Kelly's 3-pointer.
Quincy's up 7-2. Santa corrected on that. McNamara looking to throw it long. Gets McCann. Lays it up and in. Nice pass from McNamara.
Nice play by both parties there. McCann looked like a nice wide receiver the way he handled that ball.
7-4 early. Drysdale battling the position. It's a 3-pointer.
We're going to find out who this young man is early on.
He has 5 points.
He's looking good out there.
McGillicuddy beats Munchback off the dribble. Over to Wu. Wu steps up for a 3, in and out. Fitzpatrick clears the rebound. Kicks it up to Kelly.
Big kid who gets position inside there.
He's a strong boy.
Tell you, Kelly, they're looking very confident out there, this Quincy High squad. They really want to take the play to North. You can see that early on. And Kelly just popping down the floor, very confident, looking to penetrate. Got Adam Wu coming out for a breather.
That's the first substitution for Teddy Stevenson. Joey Holland, a sophomore. He's marking Kelly.
Wrong sport there, Coach.
Well, I think you know what I meant. There's a little travel. Shuffle.
Yeah.
Nice call by Stevie Uno up top. 2 veteran officials working the game tonight, Jim.
Yeah, they're going to need them in this gym tonight.
Quincy in a man-to-man.
Ted Stevens is having Frank McNamara inbound the ball against the man-to-man. That's a good. Oh, Joey Holleran having a little problem with the pressure.
And they're going to have trouble getting the ball over. Yep, there he is. 10 seconds.
Yeah, geez, when something like that happens, you have a sophomore and a freshman trying to beat the pressure. I think Phil McGillicuddy should have realized he didn't have time to dribble over there. When your guy gets buried in the backcourt like that, you got to look to pass the ball over. You don't have time to dribble. The ball now, Mark Robinson, a sophomore guard for Quincy.
It's Kelly with another 3. Fitzpatrick over the top of McNamara. He's going the other way.
Yeah, that time McNamara had position on Fitzpatrick. The 90% of your board work occurs before the ball's off the rim. Who's got the position? And that time Frank McNamara. Nice job with the box out.
Holleran pulling the string. Little kiss off the glass for 2. 10-6 Quincy.
It's a nice little jumper by Holleran. Another nice pass by Frank McNamara, looking to soften up this Quincy pressure.
There's a travel on Robertson.
Yeah, Robertson a little hesitant up there at the point guard spot. He's only a sophomore. He's back out now. They brought back in number 31 there on Mystery Man. I think Coach Francicini wanted to make a few corrections on some things he saw. But we'll see Mr. Robinson back in, I'm sure. Nice rebound in traffic there off the McGillicuddy miss. Robinson's really Rather Fitzpatrick, really tough on the boards. That's his 5th rebound.
Kelly baseline jumper is good. I don't think Holloran can handle Kelly.
Yeah,
That's
nice penetration.
That's
by
not a
Kelly.
good matchup for North Quincy right there.
Yeah, Holloran's got to have about a 40-pound disadvantage there alone to start with. But he's
McNamara in the corner, guarded by Kelly. Puts it up, off the glass, and no good.
Nice take by McNamara. Nothing fancy there. A couple of nice moves, went to the hole. Kelly looking to clear out. Kelly sees the same thing you see, Paul. He thinks he can handle Mr. Holloran. He's going to look for a shot.
McGillicuddy, weak side rebound.
You have a mismatch, though.
Up
You
to
don't take a 20-footer.
Holloran with a 3.
Nice look at the hoop by Holloran there. North's come out a little cold. We saw that in the girls' game. The girls had trouble. These are two very different gyms. It's another little issue where you have to adjust. The North and the Quincy gym are different, tough shooting backgrounds to get used to. We'll see that in at least the first half for North.
Munchback with a pull-up, misses in the lane. Drysdale with the block.
Tough
And
rebound in traffic. Yeah.
McNamara comes down with a big board. Munchback on McGillicuddy. Put a Drysdale in the corner. Justin looks a little bit tired. I think they're going to get a substitution for him. Holloran in the corner. Kicks it back out to McGillicuddy. A quick first step frees up the shooting hand.
Yeah, but he squares up quickly as well.
He elevates very quickly, you're right.
Yeah. Nice little high post split there. They got a good look at the hoop, but shot didn't fall for Quincy. So another thing Fitzpatrick does, he takes up a lot of room there in that high post.
North is really disorganized on offense. Just passing the ball around the perimeter. There's really no rhyme or reason for their offense out there. 6 seconds to go on the shot clock. Don't have to get something off here. Holloran throws one up. Fitzpatrick plays the rebound. Over to Munchback.
Quincy,
Munchback hurries into the forecourt. Over to Larry Antonello, who's checked into the game. Munchback, front rims a 3. Ball on the ground. McCann and Antonello's tied up, and it'll be Quincy possession.
John Francicini with some wholesale changes here. He's getting a few people in getting some people out for a rest, as predicted. We've got Mark Robertson back in with him are Jeremy Thaberg, a 5'10" senior guard, and Larry Antonellis, a junior guard, again 5'10" as well.
Jody Bravo and Mike Ketty have checked in for the North Quincy Red Raider.
Yeah, also
Ball
in
club.
for Quincy, Adam Jurowitz, a 6'1" sophomore. Tell you, a lot of Quincy beef just went to the bench there. Some of that, the matchup issues North had earlier, a little different now with some little smaller size in for Quincy right now.
Ketty with the ball on the side. Top to Wu. Wu gets caught up in the air, blocked by Robertson. Antonellis.
Geez, I think Frank McNamara got away with one there, but Quincy capitalized on a nice rebound. Offensive putback by Larry Antonellis.
Actually, I think that was DeBerg that had the putback. North is not running any offense whatsoever.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I've been looking over at Coach Stevenson when they're down the north offensive end, and he'd agree with you. He's very frustrated with what he's seeing out there.
McNamara inbounds over to Wu, to McGillicuddy. Back to McNamara in the corner. McNamara's not getting any looks at all. Jody Bravo loses it out of bounds.
Yeah, well, Paul, you alluded earlier to the fact there was a lot of perimeter passing. When you're seeing perimeter passing against a man-to-man defense, you know there's something wrong. The North players, there's no off or weak side picking. I know those are the things Coach Stevenson works on in his offense. Nice.
Antonellis with a nice move in the lane.
Nice look into the hoop by Larry Antonellis. Coach Stevenson was talking to me about this young man today, and unfortunately I don't have his name on the roster. He's up from the JVs, number 41 in for North. He's a 6'2 sophomore.
McGillicuddy in the drive, lays it up and in.
Beautiful penetration. That's going to go, and he's going to the line for one. Nice penetration by Phil McGillicuddy. Again, though, creating his own shot.
You can't play 1 against 5 basketball too long.
Yeah, Ted's talking now to some of his players on the bench. I'll tell you, for those of you, those of our young viewers watching tonight's game, you got to watch Mr. McGillicuddy at the foul line. Perfect form. Does a nice job. He sticks that one for the three-point play.
Old-fashioned three-pointer. Antonellis with a turnaround on the lane. Nice move.
Position. Yeah, nice position. Little.
This group for Quincy High School has done a nice job. They've maintained the lead, Jim. And Coach Francesini is going to get his starters back in.
That's a good point, Paul. North didn't capitalize.
Keddy with a jumper in the lane. Mike Keddy, a sophomore transfer from Archbishop Williams.
Yeah,
Robinson between the rings. On the right side, looking to post up. Kelly looking to post up. Wu, stolen by McGillicuddy.
Nice steal, good look up. Nice decision by the young sophomore there.
He handles the ball very well, too. McNamara for the long three-pointer. And tipped out of bounds by Antonellis. It would be North Quincy ball.
Yeah, Frank let that go on a common mistake among three-point shooters. They start to watch the arc of the ball. You can't criticize Frank McNamara for not hustling, but he didn't follow his shot there. Got back in the play, though, created another opportunity for North.
McGillicuddy will dump down into McCann.
Nice finish by McCann. In traffic.
A little two-man game on the right side. 16-13, Quincy with a three-point lead. 5:17 left to go in the first half. Kelly on the right side in front of the Red Raider bench. Takes a long three-pointer. In and out. Fitzpatrick with the rebound, loses it, stripped. Wu comes up with the loose ball. Over to McGillicuddy, beats Antonellis off the dribble, a little pull-up, a little short. Nice rebound by Pilati. Over to Munchback with a pull-up at the foul line. Around the rim and in.
Nice little drop on that one.
Nice touch. Jimmy Munchback's a hard worker. Nice player. McGillicuddy guarded by Antonellis. Over to McCann.
Oh, nice penetration off the dribble by McCann. Nice rebound in traffic. There's another young man we got to get a name on, but nice rebound. Put it away quickly.
And then Quincy High School calls a timeout. The score. 4 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the first half. Quincy High School 18, North Quincy 15.
Get a little look at the North Quincy High cheerleaders.
Was not a very good display of sportsmanship there. And Joe Kindergoss is going over to talk to the students.
I call it more some good faith razzing, but the Quincy fans are making a little noise over in the bleachers. Obviously a group of unruly underclassmen, that's all.
Sophomores.
There you go. Take a little Greek up at UMass. Actually, did you still go to UMass?
Went there Sunday.
All right.
So I was a day late for the Kansas game, though.
Some of the UMass.
All right, Munchback up top with the ball. Penetrates, gets fouled by McNamara.
Yeah, with the body. Munchback's first attempt from the line, no good. James come out a little cold tonight. That nice little touch in the lane, but otherwise you haven't heard much from him yet. No, we will by the end of the game. He actually missed 2 there.
He's notoriously a tough shooting Jim. McNamara gets called for the carry.
There's a couple of interesting factors that contribute to that. The white wall, there's a white background behind the glass backboard, and it affects your depth perception. That and the fact it's about 15 feet away from the wall. Just a tough gym to shoot in.
It's Kelly working on Wu.
Nice penetration with the left hand, and McNamara in traffic with a tough rebound. Quick out here for North Quincy.
McCann on the corner. Top to Holleran. Over to Wu. Again, it's all, one on, drive a gap, try to beat your man.
Yeah, the problem Ted's got, he's got a lot of young players, and when the players got the ball, he's got 4 players looking at him, rather than any off-ball activity. There's no weak side picks. There's nothing. I mean, on that play there with Adam Wu, he's looking to penetrate, and I saw that both the weak side forward and the weak side guard just standing there watching him.
Wu penetrating, gets caught in traffic, loses the ball.
Ted's very frustrated on the sideline.
You watch that for 10 games and you think there'd be a change in approach, but
I'll tell you, John Francicini has got to be frustrated. A lot of perimeter shooting by Quincy coming out early on here. They're up by 3, 18-15, but they really controlled tempo the whole half.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, to be inside 3 minutes, only up 3, I'm sure he's got to be discouraged. It's another nice defensive play. Dan Kelly and McNamara on the low post there. Kelly got his arm around, knocked the ball away, and chased after it. This is a great matchup right here.
Pilati made a nice effort to get the ball. He slipped on a wet spot in the corner. North retains possession. McCann in the lane gets fouled.
Nice take to the hole by McCann there, Matt McCann. He's going to go to the line for 2.
Saw John Francicini adjusting his tie on the sideline. He feels like he's a little bit tight there, Jim.
Teddy Stevenson calls over Adam Wu and Phil McGillicuddy. Jim Rendell's talking to him as well as Matt McCann misses his first. And I know what they're talking about. Talking a little bit about the offensive continuity. There may be a change in the defense coming up here, though. Under 3 minutes to go.
McCann misses both.
It's a surprise to Ted. That takes away any option he might have been considering, too. Norse in the man-to-man. Here comes Quincy. Nice penetration.
Nice jump stop in the lane off the glass.
Again, Mr. Fitzpatrick had position there. Looks like Quincy's coming out with a, no, they're still in their man-to-man. Fitzpatrick gets great position on the offensive end.
He's a big, strong boy.
Yeah, he's a worker. He looks smart under there.
McNamara with a little fake.
Nice move to the hoop, no good. McNamara with his own rebound. Locked up.
With Pilati.
Yeah, DeBerg actually.
DeBerg, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he's going to pick up a call there.
He doesn't agree with the call, but Fisher's not going to change the call. I think McNamara's going to go to the line for a one-on-one.
I'll tell you, McNamara is just a phenomenon, the way he creates contact. Remember in the Bridgewater game, he had one of the Quimby twins scratching his head. He had the same look in his face Jeremy DeBerg just had. Frank sticks the first.
I'll tell you something about Frank McNamara. Last night it was that pouring rainstorm. Down at Fennel Street shooting. He had his lights on, his car down there, he's shooting some hoops in the rain.
Wow. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad one.
Well, I hope they don't call him Rain Man.
Yeah. No, he really is. I remember Kenny McPhee in the Faults calling him a throwback player. He could have made any team in Indiana the way he plays. Here comes Quincy High, Dan Kelly.
1 point game. Quincy up top.
Here comes another three.
And he sticks it.
Well, even though it goes, I don't know if John Francicini's happy about that.
Oh, he's happy it went in.
Yeah, he's happy it went in, but still. the Quincy offense somewhat is having the same flow problem the North offense is having.
McCann up top.
Nice look.
Jump shot. Rushed it a little bit.
Yeah, he had a pick from Adam Wu to work with. Got a nice look at the hoop. Number 41 for North. I should remember his name. I don't, but
not a bad foul. They've only got, this is a fourth team foul for North Quincy with 1:37 to go in the first half. Ford will be afford to be a little bit aggressive here defensively. Next couple of transitions on the floor. There's Kelly beating Wu off the dribble. Jump shot, no good. Kelly pushes Wu from behind.
Yeah. Tell you, it's a nice move by Dan, but he's got enough of an advantage. He can be getting a better shot than that.
Just shot a one-on-one down the other end. There was another foul. You're going to shoot another one-on-one down the other end.
Yeah, Adam Wu going to go to the line. John Francicini is talking now to Dan Kelly as Wu's at the line. Wu sticks the first, gets a friendly bounce. But John's talking to him about his angle to the hoop.
Meg Ketty back in the ball game for North Quincy. And Wu makes the second, 21-19 Quincy with 1:22 to go in the first half.
North still in this man-to-man, but Quincy's opened up its offense a little.
Nice help there.
They had been working off a double stack. They're going with a 1-4 now.
Looking to post up to Patrick down low.
Got a nice little jump hook, but Drysdale was there. Hooked him up short. Wu with a rebound.
Less than a minute to go in the first half. North with a chance to tie in this transition. McGillicuddy over to McCann in the corner.
They're running that wheel. Well,
a little shuffle cut there. McGillicuddy forces into traffic. 34 seconds to go. There's DeBerg in the corner with a jump shot.
Nice stick by the
two-pointer. Increases Quincy's lead to 4. 20 seconds to go. Wu pushing the ball up the floor. Nice dish down low to Ketty.
Nice look by Adam Wu.
Hard push. 9 seconds to go. Off Fitzpatrick stands over Drysdale. 5 seconds. McGillicuddy loses the handle. And that will be no good.
Too late. Well, I'll tell you, that was quite a first half. We're going to be breaking away from the action for a brief interval, and we'll be back with second half action. But after the first half here at Quincy High, it's the Presidents of Quincy High School 23, the North Quincy Red Raiders 21. We'll be back in a moment. I want to welcome you back for second half action here. Quincy High School Gymnasium, where Quincy is enjoying a 23-21 halftime lead. Just a quick review of the stats for North Quincy. Phil McGillicuddy had 5 points. Adam Wu 2 points. Joe Holleran 2 points. Matt McCann 4 points. Mike Ketty 4 points. Frank McNamara 2 points. And Ken Yu was number 41 for North. He finished with 2. For Quincy, Larry Antonellis, 2 points. We found out that Chase Clark was the mystery man, number 31. We had the wrong number on the program. He had 7, a great first half. Dan Kelly, 5 points. Jim Munchback, 2 points. Dennis Pilati, 2 points. And Jeremy DeBerg, 4 points. little something we have to straighten out with the officials. And while we do, I talked to both coaches coming out of the half. Ted Stevenson was a little unsatisfied with what had gone on. All he had to say to me really was, we missed a few bunnies. We had some shots we worked for. He didn't talk too much about the flow. Coach John Francicini said he was absolutely delighted with how his players performed in the first half. He felt that they weren't putting their shots down. He said if we had hit a few of our shots, we would have been in great shape, but he was delighted with how the first half went from the Quincy perspective. It's going to be an inbound here for Quincy High School. Dan Kelly to put the ball in play to start the second half. Is Chase Clark. Now that we know his name, Paul, I'm sure we're going to be saying it often in the second half. This Jim Munchback getting right into the flow. Mr. Munchback wants to show up for the second half. He starts us out with a nice dribble penetration, and he's going to the line.
Well, McNamara got beat off the dribble. Can't get beat on dribble penetration.
And Munchback finishes. A nice three-point play. Quincy's coming out with a little extended pressure. They're still in their man-to-man. Adam Wu freeing up for a nice jump shot. Adam Wu off the dribble. Nice jumper, and it's 26-23 Quincy.
Munchback left alone. It's a three. He gets a conventional three and the modern three.
That's a quick six for Jim Munchback, and we have a problem with the scoreboard, so it should be an 8-point lead. They've got it at 29-20. No, there's a problem with me. The scoreboard's right. It's 29-23 Quincy.
Who almost turns it over. McCann forces it up and in.
Nice look inside.
Nice athletic move by McCann.
Yeah, he's had a couple of those tonight. Matt McCann's finished consistently for North tonight. Munchback still feeling the fire as well he should. Jeez, Jim Munchback. Get him the ball, get out of his way.
It's 8 in a row. Here's all of Quincy's points in the second half.
And they're coming from everywhere, too. Oh, Dan Kelly, nice. Kelly penetrating. Oh, nice little step up there. Munchback was covering McGillicuddy. Phil made a little move on him, and Kelly jumped out, picked him clean, went coast to coast, and he's going to the foul line. Teddy Stevenson. Now, I'm sure one thing Ted didn't get into, but I'm sure he didn't get into with me, but I'm sure he did with the players at the half, was the flow on offense. Now, what he saw there was the same problem as Phil McGillicuddy came down. Dan Kelly was able to leave his man. The players didn't react to it, including McGillicuddy, and that's why he got picked clean. Teddy calls a quick timeout. He doesn't want to see this happen. They're down 6, and he doesn't want to see this game slip away. I'm sure he recognizes that it was by virtue of Quincy's poor shooting in the first half that North was able to hang around here.
Quincy up 6, an opportunity to make it 8. And Danny Kelly will be coming to the free throw line for 2 shots. We're about 2 minutes into the second half. And North only has a jump shot by Adam Wu and a hoop by McCann, whereas Munchback has run off 8 in a row for Quincy. Kelly, a junior, dips, shoots, makes the first. Kelly's a good sized guard.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of upper body strength. Makes the second. Nice rotation. Quincy's outscored North here at the beginning of the first half, 10-4.
Quincy
taking an 8-point lead.
It's part of the experience problem. Quincy went with man-to-man pressure, and North set up his own press break there, at least initially. Frank McNamara loses the ball. There's a little scrum there. Quincy comes away with it. Dan Kelly.
A little too fancy there.
Yeah, Drysdale with a nice rebound. Nice hustle play by Drysdale.
North guards are not taking real good care of the ball, not making great decisions. Drysdale misses a putback. Kelly takes a three. He's not afraid to shoot the basketball. Munchback throws it off McGillicuddy. Nice athletic move by Munchback down there in the baseline.
Yeah, Dan Kelly's been feeling that three-pointer all night. It just doesn't really drop from him.
Nice
pretty play
nice
by
drop
Munchback.
down by Munchback.
Pretty play, a no-look drop down. You're right, off the dribble. He's
Again.
sending big Sean Fitzpatrick to the line.
Again, dribble penetration. The North guards are not doing a real good job on the Quincy guards up top. Can't allow dribble penetration and expect good things to happen.
I'd have to say if there's a quickness edge here, it really should go to North. McGillicuddy and Wu at the guard spot, but geez, Munchback reacted well there and did a nice job getting to the hole. Fitzpatrick missed the first, missed the second.
Kelly got his hand on the ball, taken away by McNamara.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick had great form and everything, but geez, he didn't really connect on either. There's McNamara with a nice look off the dish from McGillicuddy. Nothing there though. Here comes Chase Clark for Quincy. And Kelly looking for the ball. Nice penetration. Another nice dish off.
Again, Wu got beat off the dribble.
Yeah, along the
Drysdale
baseline
slid
this
over
time.
to help out and a little dish down. A drop down pass.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick, nice job finishing this time. Great penetration by Kelly to set that one up. The Quincy lead now, it's 35-25. They stretch it out to 10 points over North, and Teddy Stevens has taken his second time out early on here in the second half. He's talking to his two guards here during the break. He's talking to them about spacing, I'm sure. He's imploring them, actually. I was talking to him briefly, as I said, at halftime, and I know there's a little frustration there. He's lost the tie and the jacket. He's working hard on the sideline. We got to remember that Ted Stevenson's been out on these courts before, not this precise one when he was a player, but Ted's lived this rivalry. Player, coach, father, and he's showing it tonight. Here comes Adam Wu. Set the North offense, covered by Chase Clark.
Quincy did a nice job of switching down on the baseline there.
Oh, nice steal by Munchback. Geez, that's another one where
That's too bad because that was a nice steal. Nice heads up play. A little bit too
that's,
strong off the glass.
Quincy foul on Chase Clark as well on the rebound action. Oh, nice penetration by Adam Wu, but he can't finish. Fitzpatrick the rebound.
Munchback with a three. Front rims it.
Wu pulls that one away from Fitzpatrick. Tough rebound in traffic.
No numbers here. Pull it back out.
Yeah, nice smart play by Adam Wu. Now North's running its wheel. McCann.
And Quincy's fronting the cutters, and they're not going behind the cutters, so
Yeah.
they're not going to get anything out of that either.
I think John Francicini's seen the wheel before, Paul.
I would say a few times. Clark up top. Over to Munchback on the right-hand side. Beats McCann off the dribble.
Nice
Lays
help
up.
by McGillicuddy.
Blocked by McGillicuddy. Long lead pass to McCann, and foul on the floor. No shot.
That's Chase Clark. That's his second quick foul here.
But that was a good foul to give, I'll tell you. McCann had a breakaway.
Just take a quick look. Yeah, Clark had no fouls in the first half, so that should be his second. That's unofficially.
McCann puts the ball on the floor.
Penetration.
35-27. Quincy with an 8-point lead. Clock break to midcourt line. Over to Munchback on the right. Clock starts it all over again.
The beautiful dish
nice
inside.
Dish down low.
Beauty.
Pilati couldn't quite finish it and quite have the handle on it. McCann surrounded by 3. Kelly comes down with a strong rebound.
Yeah, Ken Yu was down low with him, and he just bodied him right off the ball. Set Kelly out in three-point land. Feels at home out there. Again, no good. Nice follow by Dan Kelly. No good. Fitzpatrick with a rebound. He gets fouled. Foul is on Adam Wu. They hit Wu with that one. And Fitzpatrick has had a little trouble from the foul line here. He's got nice form and everything, but he's got to work on the touch a little bit. Tough for a big guy. Wu coming out, taking a little break. Kin Yu coming out. And in for North, Joe Holleran. And is that Mike Ketty in for North?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Fitzpatrick's elbow goes a little bit too high. He's up to the ceiling with it almost. There's another turnover by the North Guards. Munchback with the steal. Robinson with the putback.
Nice finish by Robinson. I'll tell you, Jim Munchback came from about 20 feet away to steal that ball. He saw that one coming. Great anticipation by Munchback.
That's a goal. That's a goaltend.
Yeah. Ball was in the cylinder. Dan Kelly touched the netting. Hoop's good.
A bit more impressive if he had knocked it off the cylinder. But it still counts for 2 points for Matt McCann and North Quincy. 37-29. 10:05 to go in the second half.
Yeah, North hasn't really cut into this Quincy lead yet. Quincy's done a nice job of sitting on the lead. It's worked.
There's Kelly with a jumper in the lane. Gonna go the other way. Number 42 with a push from behind. And Urowitz. Can't handle the ball in the backcourt.
Yeah, nice move against the pressure there. Did a nice job. It's the ball to McGillicuddy.
McCann on the nice cut. Nice pass by McNamara. Nice hard cut that time. He had Fitzpatrick on him. The quickness allowed him to get in front of him.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He leaned right in too, drew the foul. Teddy Stevenson talking now to Frank McNamara. Frank's the quarterback out on the court for Ted Stevenson. McCann at the line looking to see if he can finish the three-point play. Comes up a little short, and here's Dan Kelly.
Quincy up 6. Kelly with a jumps up in the lane. A little too strong for McGillicuddy physically there, Jim.
Yeah, Teddy Stevens is talking to Joe Holleran there a little bit about stepping in a little sooner to help out. Kelly going to the line here. That was some great form at the line, Mr. Kelly. Profile and determination as well. He's got the same determined approach to the game as counterpart, Mr. McNamara. North Quincy has. Nice job by Dan Kelly, 6'2". And Quincy leads back to 8. Munchback doing a nice job of taking away the left side of the floor from McGillicuddy, but McGillicuddy beat him anyway. Just as I speak, he beat him to his left. Nice pull-up jumper.
Munchback up top.
He's should have seen that call a little earlier. I think there.
McCann got beat up top with a crossover by Munchback. Nothing fancy.
And he started to ride him. He rode him all the way in. It was just a matter of when the call would be made, not if. He really got the body on him. Dan Kelly inbound under the Quincy hoop.
Kelly bounces it off the North
geez.
Quincy player.
Great schoolyard play by Dan Kelly. Off the inbound, Matt McCann had his back turned to the ball, wasn't even looking. Kelly bounced the ball off his back, picked it up, and put in the layup.
McCann with another putback and gets fouled by Fitzpatrick. Go to the line for 2.
Got to give Kelly some credit. It's a great, very, very smart play there.
McCann and McGillicuddy have been the 2 players on the north end who have shown any offensive spark at all, Jim.
Yeah, you're right, Paul. I'm keep my running score here, and got Matt McCann with 10 points so far this half.
On the other, on the Quincy end, it's been Kelly and Munchback carrying the load for the Presidents. Traveled by Antonelli.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup out there. The Kelly-McGillicuddy matchup's a tough one for North Quincy. Adam Wool's on the bench now. I'm sure he'll be back in to match up with Kelly, but right now McGillicuddy's doing a nice job.
Yes, McGillicuddy has a little too much quickness for Munchback, and he's not getting any help from his buddies underneath the basket, so.
That was a great penetration by Phil McGillicuddy. His right hand, he's a lefty, penetrated with a right hand dribble, then went up with a nice soft left hand lay-in.
And when you're overplaying that way, Jim, you know and I know that you've got to get some help on that side too, and no one on the Quincy side stepped up at all. So.
Well, we got a 5-point lead. North's cut a little bit into that Quincy lead, which has been pretty much at 8 points since about the 13-minute mark. Quincy's done a nice job of sitting on the lead. North Quincy's got it at 5 right now. We'll have to see if they can come up with an answer for this Kelly matchup here down low. Kelly's continued to really force the play on the offensive end. He's done a nice job of it. Jim Munchback pulled off a little bit after coming out on fire in the second half.
Well, Kelly's a little bit too physical for the guards that North is using to guard him. Antonelli, top to Kelly, jump shot off the front rim. Munchback with the offensive board, put back foul on Ketty. Going to go to the line for 2.
Nice move by Munchback. Now, as opposed to the jumper that Dan Kelly took, which was kind of almost a fall away from out in three-point land, Munchback jumped in, created nice contact. You got a great look at the hoop there. His first foul shot, no good. Got Justin Drysdale coming back in for North Quincy. Mike Ketty back to the bench. Jim Munchback sticks the second of his 2 foul shots, and the Quincy leads at 6, 42-36. Phil McGillicuddy over to Joe Holleran.
On the pass off, Holleran gets fouled. Seeing your screen there, it's a 6-point Quincy lead. North Quincy will inbound under their own basket. McCann gets it to McNamara. Gets tied up. Back out to McGillicuddy. Pull-up jumper around the rim and out.
A nice look at the hoop by McGillicuddy, but
Fitzpatrick with another rebound, Jim.
Yeah. Nice look by Chase Clark off the dribble. A little too much sag there. North defense. Chase Clark made him pay with a nice jumper. North's gone ice cold here. Phil McGillicuddy, a little penetration. They've got their shots, but they haven't been able to put them down. And here comes Quincy, Chase Clark with an 8-point lead, 6:40. Little high post split again. Get the ball to Jim Munch back.
Can't get beat off the dribble. Hate to be redundant, but it continues to happen.
Well, that's how they draw up the 3-on-2 break. Nice job by Matt McCann. He kept the ball in the middle. He had two wings. He dished it off to his right wing, Joey Holleran, who drew the foul. Holleran will go to the line. Holleran, one of the young players on the squad. He's only a sophomore. Does a nice job out there so far. Missed the foul shot, though. Geez, they've just gone ice cold here, Paul.
Well, in a lot of ways, both teams are showing why they are where they are in the OCL this year. There are deficiencies on both sides.
Adam Wu back in for North, and right away we see a little defensive intensity on Chase Clark.
And it's not from a lack of effort, it's a lack of execution.
Dan Kelly a little short on a pull-up jump. Frank McNamara with the rebound, and here's Adam Wu. North trying to stay in their offense now. Frank McNamara,
a long three-pointer. You don't need that. You're only down 7 points, and you got a lot of time left on the clock. It's just not a good shot selection there.
Here's another air ball from about the same spot.
Again, bad decisions.
Well, that's one of Teddy's inbounds plays. You know, they hit the double screen low, the back screen there, and I think it was intended to shoot that, but.
Fitzpatrick with a pull-up.
Just a nice little jumper by Mr. Fitzpatrick there.
Increases the Quincy lead to 9.
Teddy Stevenson's got a problem.
Good problem because North Quincy's running out of time.
Yeah, running out of time and out of timeouts. But he just took a timeout. He's upset with Adam Wu and he's letting him know immediately here. Ted's trying to make some corrections, but the players just haven't really responded on the floor. It's tough when you have young players. We were talking about this on Sunday after Bill Parcells' squad lost, and there was some comments along the lines of if it was Pete Carroll's team making those mistakes, everyone would have been on Pete Carroll, but when it's Bill Parcells, it's the players not performing. Well, this young squad for Ted Stevenson, they've had some ups and downs. The intensity's still there, but they're just not performing on the offensive end. It's a nice performance by the North Quincy cheerleaders.
Quincy will inbound on the sideline.
Adam Wu looking to pick up Chase Clark all over the court. He's looking to deny the ball. They're going to make Dan Kelly the point guard here. No one's covering Dan Kelly, though.
Not a great. That's not a great decision by Kelly either. He's up. His team's up 9 points. They're in a one-on-one. Run some clock here.
I don't know what North was in on defense there. I think Ted Stevenson, he got Joe Holleran right back up to come in. He's upset at someone. Phil McGillicuddy looking to take it to the hole, get into some traffic and travel. Adam Wu's coming out. Looks like North's in the 1-3-1. That was the problem, too.
They're going to trap.
Yeah.
We're going to do something to try to get back in the game here.
Wu extended way too far that last time down, and that's what Coach Stevenson was upset about.
Until now he dribbles off his foot. McNamara comes up the loose ball with a Holleran. Holleran forces it, drives there with the putback. And Francesini's looking for a timeout now.
Yeah, he sees the North pressure here, the 1-3-1. He wants to make sure his players are ready to react to it. He doesn't want to see any cut into the lead.
Well,
I don't know how many people noticed, but Mr. McNamara made that steal while lying on his back. Frank McNamara in the corner lying on his back got that ball out. Great play.
But John wants to make sure his ball club is in the right offensive set first of all. I'm sure he's reminding them that they're up 7 points. They're not down 7. There's no need to rush on offense. You know, you make North Quincy play defense for 25 seconds, and it's a good chance they're going to break down. And you might get an easy one, or you're going to draw a foul.
Yeah, especially the way North's playing on offense, too, where they have trouble throwing. They couldn't throw the ball in the ocean here tonight so far, last 5 minutes. And they're hurting up that end of the court. Why not make them work down the defensive end as well?
With a foul, you got a blocking foul on Phil McGillicuddy.
A little chippy foul.
Well, Kelly's going to go to the free throw line now for a 1-on-1.
Yeah, and North's in the penalty. That's again, one of the things, a young player, he gave up the baseline. When you're coming over to trap, you got to make sure your job is to not give up the baseline. The other guy doesn't give up the sideline. He went right to the player, though.
Justin
Kelly
Drysdale tipped that.
Yeah, a long miss, and Kelly's got the ball. Going to slow things down.
Be patient here. You can't get bottled up there. Got to get off the ball a little quicker. Kelly sees Munchback. Doesn't finish, but McNamara can put the loose ball.
Yeah, Drysdale tipped that loose. Munchback. A little full court pressure on McGillicuddy to slow him down.
On with a quick jump shot in the baseline, no good. Clock comes down at the rebound. Still a 7-point lead here, Jim. Go ahead.
The last 6 shots North Quincy's taken from the floor, they've missed. It's tough.
DeBerg finds Kelly on the right side. That's way off. Again, Quincy's not showing much discipline. If North Quincy could make a shot here.
Nice box out by Fitzpatrick and Munchback, though. They're doing a great job on the defensive end of the floor. Munchback with a rebound. Here comes Chase Clark for Quincy against the pressure. A little tough pass that Munchback couldn't handle. McGillicuddy with the steal. Chase Clark, nice defensive play. Comes up with a steal. Great play by Chase Clark. And he drew the foul on McGillicuddy. Phil McGillicuddy's got 3 fouls now. Chase is going to the line, and John Francesini's taking his players over to talk to the rest of them about what he wants to see. They're talking down the offensive end against the trap. I think he's getting to the point you've been talking about, Paul, that they got to start using more clock. He wants them set up right if they're going to do so.
Yeah. Well, of the last North Quincy 7 shots, how many layups have they attempted, Jim?
Yeah.
Not many. All jump shots. There's another jump shot off the front rim.
Nice rebound, though, followed by Frank McNamara. He followed his own and stuck a 3-pointer. Here's Quincy setting up. Kelly pulls the ball back before he goes over.
He almost threw it away. A little too delicate with that pass. The weak side wide open. And that's what's going to be open against the zone. And they've settled for a jump shot too. And Fitzpatrick commits a foul. So each team giving the other team the opportunities to put it away or to close the gap here.
That's amazing the way North Quincy shot. They're down 4 points. We're at 1:59 to go. North Quincy going to the line down 4. You know, this is what John Francesini was talking with his team about, that they've got to take a little more time off down the other end. Having failed to do so, North's right back in this ball game here. Matt McCann at the line. He sticks the first. If he sticks this, it's a 2-point ball game. And he does. And it is.
Quincy will attack a little bit harder here. They can get a layup off of this trap if they attack it properly. There's a kickball. We're resetting the 30-second clock.
Yeah, Quincy's got a little bit of an edge here in the backcourt in that they've got some veteran talent with Munchback, Kelly, and Chase Clark. Two
Clark up
juniors
top
and a
over
senior.
Kelly. Sure they've seen it before. DeBerg bottle up in the corner, and he travels.
Frank McNamara on DeBerg. John Francicini's upset that he put the ball to the floor. Another nice play by Frank McNamara. And here comes Phil McGillicuddy now.
Working on clock. Just crosses the timeline. Over to Keddy on the right. Up to McNamara. McNamara travels.
Coach Stevenson telling him to calm down a little.
Yeah, a little too anxious.
Yeah, Frank's all fired up. Minute 24 to go here. We got Clark, Kelly, and Jim Munchback bringing the ball up for Quincy.
That ball's going to go out of bounds. That's two turnovers in a row.
It's the second straight turnover by Jeremy DeBerg. Coach Francicini's over there pointing to the weak side forward, telling him that's where I want the ball to go.
Minute 12 to go. North down 2, McGillicuddy up top. He looked like he got away with the travel there, and he puts it up and in.
Nice
Ties it up.
We're tied. We're tied. John Francicini wants to get the ball over.
With a foul on McCann, he grabbed his arm. Good call. Matt McCann didn't quite agree with the call.
Well, who would at this juncture, right? Yeah, but he did. He got him on the arm.
Well, he almost ripped the arm out of his socket there, Jim, so it's...
I'll tell you, here's where some good coaching may come into play. Jeremy DeBerg's had 2 turnovers against this pressure. I watched John Francicini talk to him, and he really handled him very well. He wasn't yelling at him. He talked to him a bit. He pointed where he wanted him to go. Kid steps to the line. He got a nice look, even though he missed. He got a nice look at the foul line. He's reacted a bit to the pressure, but his coach has helped keep him in the game here. It's a tough spot for anyone to be in. Jeremy, a 5'10" senior, he sticks the second of 2.
He puts Quincy up by a point. 52 seconds left in the clock. McGillicuddy breaks the timeline over to McCann on the right. Looks like he got away with the travel there. And DeBerg grabbed him on the way by.
Yeah, you're right about that. There's a couple of those where there's a little ball fake. The ball's up around shoulder level, but the feet dance with it. Got Mike Keddy coming in, taking out Justin Drysdale. This is a little
defensive substitution.
Yeah, a little defensive substitution. I'm saying that and then thinking we're sending out a shot blocker, but the pace the game's been at, said he needs his quickness in there.
McCann makes the first one, ties it up 47-47.
Nice job in pressure. I think Keddy being in here is a sign North's going to stay with its trap. Nice job, Matt McCann. He's 6'2".
And I think that's the North's first lead of the whole ball game. We're up 48-47 with 39 seconds to go.
Yeah, they're staying in the 1-3-1. It's worked for them so far.
A little double up in the corner. Kelly's under pressure. Up top over to Clark. Clark is fouled up top by Holloran. He didn't need it. He was making a pass.
Tell you, Quincy's done a nice job, though. It's Clark, Munchback, and Kelly handling the ball down the stretch here. Here comes Justin Drysdale back in.
Quincy in the double bonus. Clark's going to get 2 here. And he misses the first. Drysdale replaces Keddy in the North Quincy lineup.
Tell you, Clark and DeBerg, they both missed, but they've got nice looks at the hoop. Nice rotation.
Captain Munchback gave Clark an encouragement on the line. Dips and shoots.
There he goes. Nice job. Both Clark and DeBerg hitting the second of a too short. That's
Missed
tough when you
rotation
miss
of the ball.
first. Yep.
North can really hold for one shot. They're under 20 seconds to go in the game. Might want to use a timeout here to set something up with 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, Frank McNamara smartly looked back at the clock.
He might get called for a 5 count here, though. He doesn't be careful. The jump ball. 6 seconds to go. It'll be North Quincy ball in the basket. North Quincy's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, Frank McNamara. Phil McGillicuddy was bringing the ball up. Whether he was aware of the time, I'm not sure, but when Frank McNamara got the ball, he stopped, he took a look at the clock, he knew what he had for time. As you said, he played with it a little bit out top. We had to look for a 5-second call, but he penetrated and he forced that action there. Nice help by Chase Clark, though, to react to it.
Well, 6 seconds to go. You're going to get something. You're going to get 1 or 2 passes, and you're going to get a shot. I put the ball in the hands of a guard and let him penetrate. And if nothing develops there, look for the dish, and at least get one good look at the hoop.
Who better than Phil McGillicuddy, who's done that all night successfully?
Well, he has the ability again to penetrate or to pull up and take the jump shot. So you got to get one shot here, maybe a chance for a putback.
North's in great shape. They've got the ball. They've got 6 seconds. It's a tie ball game.
And they get the ball into the basket, which is not a bad place to have it. Have to make sure they got a good pass inbounds, though. That's
Matt McCann to inbound. Chase Clark. Quincy's in man-to-man. They inbound to Frank McNamara.
He missed the layup. McNamara.
Big rebound by Matt McCann. Matt McCann with a big rebound of the McNamara miss, and he put it in.
There's 1 second left to go on the clock.
Quincy High School got a timeout. They did get their timeout. They're given 1 second. John Francicini. Nope, they're going to give him 2 seconds. And Francicini's looking for more.
Steve Uno.
I don't know if John was looking maybe for a technical foul that the North kids came out on the court like they did. But Frank McNamara with a penetration. Threw up a miss.
And then McCann with a putback.
Nice putback, yeah.
That play took 4 seconds. Puts North up 2. Quincy's got to go to the length of the court. It's going to be a tall order. They're going to have to settle maybe for a long pass to the foul line. Look for someone breaking off the wing here for a jump shot. I mean, that could be a set play.
They get Chase Clark to inbound the ball.
Fitzpatrick is in the middle. Kelly's down here under the basket.
Yeah,
and you got Munch back here on the wing, so that's how they're set up.
Yeah, we'll look for Fitzpatrick to set a pick to somebody.
I think he's going to look for the lob pass to Fitzpatrick.
Kelly leaves a little early.
Over to Kelly. 2-1. Ball goes up.
Oh, rim. Dan Kelly from behind the half-court line hit the rim with that one.
I'm not sure if that would have counted, but
what a comeback by North Quincy High, and what a disappointment for Quincy High School. You pointed out, Paul, North got its first lead with under a minute to go. They got their second lead as time ran off the clock. A great comeback by North Quincy High, and a disheartening loss for the Quincy High presidents.
You're right, it's a tough loss.
They played a great game. North Quincy hung around there despite their poor shooting. They were able to hang in there till the end. And a tough one for Quincy High. Teddy Stevenson waving his players off the court. He wants to get them in the locker room. A lot of fans out here as we clear. Just briefly, we have unofficial stats here, but the names McCann, McGillicuddy for North Quincy High School, and Kelly, Munchback, and Clark for Quincy High leap out at us from the scorebook for the second half. It's really a great high school game, Paul, the way the two teams hung around. I know we're talking about teams that are at the bottom of the OCL, but tonight in the gymnasium was a great game for both clubs.
Well, Quincy came out at the beginning of the second half, and they looked like they were going to blow North out of the gym. Munchback, caught fire. He had traditional three-pointer, and then he had a long three-pointer, and then he had a two-pointer. He had 8 points right off the bat there, and put Quincy High School up 10. And North was able to hang around a little bit, and a couple of breaks down the stretch. Coach Stevenson finally found the right combination, and made some good substitutions with Ketty for Drysdale, Drysdale for Ketty, and they came out with a hard-earned victory.
Yeah, and from the Quincy perspective, when a team goes ice cold like North did, you'd have to expect in the last minute or two they might warm up, and that's exactly what happened. Well, what we're going to do here, we're going to sign off from Quincy High School. It was a delight to bring you the game tonight. We got a chance to see both Quincy High and North Quincy in action tonight, which is a pleasure, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's game. We'll be bringing other games along the course of the year to you, and we'll certainly see you from the North Quincy High Gym when these two teams get together again. So from the Quincy High School Gymnasium, for Paul Brigoli, I'm Jim Timmons. Thanks a lot. Good night.
Say good night, Jim.
Got it. Well, that was a good game, huh?
Did you make it exciting, boys? You think you can make it exciting? Woo! That was a game. This is great. Broadcast?